Hey guys, welcome to the next LightBurn tutorial for the Emblaser 2. Today we're going to talk about the material library, what it is, why we have it, and how we can make better use of it. So for this, I've got LightBurn up here, and I went ahead and I just loaded a simple file. It's the spirograph file from the very first tutorial. If you haven't seen that yet, go ahead and jump back a couple and check that one out. Now, once you've loaded LightBurn, the library should show up in the bottom tab down here, right next to Laser. If it's not there, go ahead and go up to Window and make sure Library is checked here. If it's not, go ahead and check it and it'll show up. When you click on the Library tab, you should see these presets populated already in here. If you don't, go ahead and go to Load. And in your My Documents folder in Windows, you should see the E25W MK1 library.clb file. This is a LightBurn cut library file. Go ahead and click on it, click Open, and it will automatically populate all of these presets for you. Now, a couple notes about these presets. One, these presets are meant to be starting points for you and your laser, so that you can walk into a project, get approximately where you need to be, and click go. These have been tested and tried, and they should be very good for what you need, as long as your material is pretty close to what is listed here. You may need to change these presets from time to time, and we're going to cover that. Something else to note is any preset that is highlighted gray, like these are all locked presets. This is meant so that you can always get back to a good starting point in case you tweak things a little too far and can't get things to work anymore. So you can't change these and you can't delete them. But what we can do is we can duplicate them and change them as much as we need. So let's go ahead and get started by just applying these presets and making these settings work. So first thing we need to do is highlight the geometry that we're going to apply the preset to. If you only have one layer in your drawing like I do here, you can also just pick the layer in the cuts dialog. So let's go ahead and select layer C00, and I'm going to pick MDF for this. So I'm going to use 3mm MDF to cut this spirograph file out, let's say, and I would like to apply our presets to it. So we'll click the down arrow, and I obviously would like to cut this out. So we'll click the cut preset, and then our layer's already highlighted. So all we need to do is click assign to layer. Now when I click this, pay attention to the speed and power and material thickness settings. So it automatically went through and applied all of the proper settings. 200 millimeters per minute for speed. Our power is set to 100%. And our material thickness is set to 3 millimeters. Now, let's say we need to change one of those settings slightly. We can look in the cut settings editor by double clicking on the layer to see what we need to change. Let's say we need to add a third pass in, or we need to speed our cut speed up slightly, or even slow it down. What we can do here is click out the cut settings editor, click on the cut setting that we would like to duplicate it, and let's say we want to make it cut fast, and we want to add a little bit of a kerf offset to this, so we'll make it an outer cut. Click OK. Now you see that we have a new setting show up in our material library cut fast outer, and it's highlighted white. Now what this means is that I can do anything I want to this. I can edit it, I can edit the description, the cut, or I can even delete it. So let's go ahead and go into the edit cut dialog. And I would like to offset this 0.25 millimeters outward, just to make a better fit, let's say. This is all hypothetical. And I would also like to speed the cut up slightly, so we'll make it 210 millimeters per minute. So we'll go ahead and we'll click OK. Now we'll click Cut Fast Outer and Assign to Layer. So notice it's now 210 millimeters per minute. And if we go in here, our curve offset has also been applied. So we're now cutting 0.25 millimeters outside our vector line. Now this is all of the outsides. So if you wanted to do a kerf offset, you would want to make these on 2 different layers. But for our example, this is fine. Now, I don't like that setting anymore. I want that setting to go away. What do we need to do? All you have to do is click delete. Are we sure we want to delete this entry? Yes, I am sure I do not like that entry anymore. Click yes. Now it's gone. So I hope this was helpful. The library is an extremely good tool for remembering what you've done in the past, for adding new materials. Actually, let's do a new material real quick. Let's say I found a new laser material. We'll call it unobtainium. So what I want to do is I want to create a new material. I've done some tests. I found out that unobtainium cuts great at 300 millimeters per minute with 2 passes, and we don't need a kerf offset because it cuts perfectly with lasers. There's no kerf at all. So we'll click OK. And then I'm going to say create new from layer. We'll call it unobtainium. I think that's how you spell unobtainium. I don't know. It's not real. And unobtainium, it cuts at any thickness. It's 5 millimeters. And we are going to cut. And then I also want to make a scan preset. So we'll say duplicate. Scan. Now this is any time that you're scanning is any time that you're rastering over something. So like if you're producing an image, or if I wanted to just make a burn pattern of these holes in here instead of actually cutting them, I could do that. We'll click OK. Now let's click on scan and we'll say edit cut. Go to the mode. Tell it that we're scanning now. And we want to scan at 1000 millimeters per minute. And bidirectional scanning is how we want it. And we can add a scan angle to it so that it scans in the opposite direction with the gantry. Probably don't ever actually want to do that, so let's just leave it at 0. Click OK. Now we can assign that to the layer, and now we can see how it's added all of those settings. So I hope this was very helpful to you guys. I hope you can utilize the library to do all of your projects and make them all much easier. I know once I figured out how to utilize the library, all of my workflow got so much better because I didn't have to rely on myself to remember all these settings. Thanks a lot, guys, and be on the lookout for the next tutorial.